Excellent camera. Very sharp IQ and very fast off. Handles well, feels expensive. Kit lens is quite decent. No macro mode option that you can choose, and pinpoint focus is not available in IA or IA+. If you love macro shooting, then get the Olympus 30mm macro lens. It's excellent. IQ is better than. Several online pro reviews suggest that you buy this one in favor of the Pen F, based on the IQ being as good and the IS price being better. Some are disappointed with the 16:9 EVF. I can't comment, as I don't use it. Great camera that feels a lot like the LX100, but with better IQ and shoots. I purchased this camera after an incredible amount of research on many different cameras. I was looking for a large sensor camera, anything above the 1-inch RX100s, G7X2, G5X, while still maintaining a reasonably small size so that the camera would be travel friendly. Therefore, I limited myself to mirrorless cameras. I was also looking for the camera to have a number of features which I did not want to compromise on, which I will explain shortly. Like many of you reading this review, the Sony a6000 was definitely a contender for me. However, its lack of touchscreen to select focus points killed it for me. I do know there are various other ways to select focus, but me as well as others that would be using this camera are just too used to touch focus due to smartphone cameras. Additionally, I did play around with that camera and the menu system was not as intuitive as it was on Panasonic. Other contenders were the Olympus cameras, mainly the OMD EM5, M1, M10, as well. Going back to the GX85, it has all the features I would want in a larger sensor camera, compact size, a knee. Combined with the in-body and lens stabilizations and other filtered fun modes along with the traditional programmable settings. I just got back from a trip to Alaska with this camera and I am very pleased with the shots. The camera functioned perfectly. I was happy with the quick on time, helping me capture many moments I would have missed on slower cameras. The stabilization in the camera blew me away. This was previously the advantage Olympus had over Panasonic, but with this camera, as long as you have an OIS lens to complement the in-body stabilization, the stabilization is amazing. I was on a speedboat on a lake and I could clearly see how stable the image was in the viewfinder based compared to the choppy environment I was in. Truly amazing. The user interface was very friendly. After an excursion, I was showing my group shots of a far-off bear that I took. I was pleasantly surprised to find that one dial moved picture to picture and the other dial was zooming in. On top of that, after zooming in on a picture in playback mode, I could move to the next picture and the camera would stay zoomed in on that same area. Wow, the camera focuses very quickly and takes the photo instantaneously. That being said, a few tiny issues I had with the camera. Buttons are slightly small and difficult to press at first, but I quickly became used to pressing the buttons. My lens 12-60mm Panasonic was splash and dust proof, and there were moments I wished the camera body was as well, so I could have that extra sense of security around waterfalls etc. The touchscreen comes out a bit and articulates up and down, but not around to face forward for a selfie mode. I never thought I'd care about this, but I found myself wishing for it when I was kayaking and it was hard for anyone else to take photos of me. The forward-facing screen would have helped frame the shots better. Finally, looking at the photos, it looks like many of my panorama photos have jagged edges, color variations throughout. It may be me not having a steady hand, but my panoramas with my iPhone and a6000 I used to have did not have this issue. Could be fixed with a software update. All of these gripes are tiny and not enough to drop a star, especially compared to the other choices out there, which have major issues, missing features. There are many features I didn't even get to try, such as the 4K video picture mode to get photos before and after you press the shutter or some. I am truly impressed by the number of features Panasonic has crammed into this small camera. With other cameras, the smaller it gets, the more features that are lost. This was a camera that had everything I was looking for in a form factor slightly bigger than many point-and-shoot cameras. This Lumix GX85 put my Sony a6000 to shame for all the packed features that comes with the camera at a lower price. I only have it for a week and are already seeing a big difference. Goes really well with my Sigma lens. 5 stars. This is my first digital camera, so bear with me. I bought this for a trip to Colorado with my girlfriend and I wanted something more than just my Note 9. I know my phone has a great camera, but I wanted something more. And for $500 this camera is amazing. It has introduced me to the world of cameras. The only bad thing about the camera is the fact that you will be spending more money on your new hobby. This review isn't about the technical aspects of the camera. This review is tailored towards the consumer who wants a small, compact and capable mirrorless camera that they could take everywhere with them. This review is for someone who understands the importance of some really good food pics, likes adventure and looking back at it through pics and videos, explores around town and takes photos along the way, has cute pets and likes cute pet pics, has an eye for design and wants photos of cool spec. And that is exactly what I am going to do, as these opinions are my own and I have literally been using this camera almost every day for over a month. **** All images posted to this review are taken with the kit lens. I started out my mirrorless journey with the Panasonic GF1. It was a pioneer amongst the mirrorless cameras and to this day remains one of my favorite cameras to have used. Since then, I've owned mirrorless cameras from Olympus, Fujifilm and now Sony, so it's kind of cool how this all came full circle when Panasonic approached me with the GX85. Dislikes: let's get the things I dislike out of the way because they're not a deal breaker for me, they're simply just things While I appreciate and have grown to love the tilt screen, I wish this camera flipped all the way up for selfies and group shots. Selfies aside, when I'm traveling, this is super useful trying for getting quick self-portraits. This is also my first touchscreen for a camera. While I love the option to quickly change my focal points with a touch of the screen, I find that when I put the camera up to my eye to compose a shot through the EVF, the touch focus point is so sensitive that it moves around like crazy. The camera is also a bit heavy for its size. I read that people complained that its predecessor seemed dinky in the hands, and while they improved that with the GX85 feeling robust, in my opinion, it's a touch too heavy for such a compact M43 camera. On that same note, because the added weight is attributed to making the camera feel more raw, it would cancel out any negative feelings one has towards this camera being slightly heavy for a small compact. High ISO equals meh photo quality. There's not much to this point other than when you have a small sensor and you're pushing its ISO, images tend to smudge up, noise builds and the clarity becomes lost. It's not horrible by any means and they've come such a long way since the first M43 cameras, but larger sensor cameras will always have the edge when it comes to high ISO. Likes it so cute, cool. Yeah, I said it. Whatever lol. I'm big on how cameras look these days. I think the aesthetic of one's tools are a direct representation of one's style. Click link in description for more reviews.